happy Friday to you. It is May 21st in time for this week's Friday Funnies. And let me start off by saying that Woody Allen is nuts. You know, in addition to doing things like marrying his adopted teenage daughter, Sun Yi, and supporting Roman Polanski, the Woodman now wants to give Barack Obama dictatorial powers. He said this week that he thought it would be a good idea to make Barack Obama a dictator for a couple of years so he could get things done. Well, I've got a good idea, too. I think Woody Allen should stick to being a creepy old man who makes marginally funny movies and shut the heck up. But that's just me. And believe it or not, he is not the strangest person in the news this week. But you be the judge. Let's start off with page one by going down to Texas. You know, everybody in this country, with the exception of Congress, thinks that we have too many taxes. But Texas is tacking on a new one. The city of San Antonio, Texas, wants a store called Shades of Love to buy a $230 food permit. The thing is, Shades of Love is not a restaurant. It's an adult store that sells adult novelties and lingerie and high heels and edible underwear. But in San Antonio, apparently, underwear is considered food. I don't know if you've ever sampled edible underwear, but if you did, you know that it's not very filling, it's not nutritious, and it's not even on the FDA food pyramid. But apparently, in San Antonio, it's a delicacy. So when you go down there, ask yours to be served with a scoop of ice cream. It's edible underwear a la mode. Huh? All right, page two, where's the fire, pal? This is the question that cops always ask you when you're speeding, and we have two speeding cases in this week's news. The first one happened in Carlsbad, California, where police were chasing a Corvette in a high-speed chase for over 50 miles. When the car finally stopped, the police discovered that the driver was James Neal, a former NASCAR racer, who, by the way, never won a national race. And it's pretty obvious he still can't drive fast enough. The same cannot be said for Sandra Powell, a 72-year-old woman in South Carolina who was late for her hair appointment. So she decided to speed it up just a little. And by speed it up, I mean she went 102 miles an hour. When the police stopped her, they gave her a citation for speeding, but also awarded her the pole position in this week's NASCAR race.
Amen.
Remember that song we used to sing as a kid? Knick, Knack, Paddy, Whack, give the... Remember that one? Well, in Huntington, New York, an animal shelter is asking for donations of Viagra for a pit bull with a heart condition. They say that this dog needs 2 of the little blue pills every day to avoid heart failure. And I wish the dog all the best in its recovery, but common sense says that if you give Viagra to a pit bull, and that dog decides to, how shall we say, take your leg to the dance, be prepared to go with it. That's all I'm saying. Finally, strange things happen over in England, but this week Frank Bartlett has taken the goofiness to a whole new level. Mr. Bartlett, in an attempt to raise money for a charity, is trying to resurrect the sport of ferret legging. Ferret legging. Yes, I've never heard of it either, but this sport involves dropping live ferrets down a person's trousers and then timing how long the trouser wearer can endure the extra company. The record for this sport is said to be 5 hours with ferrets in your pants, proving that Brits have far too much time on their hands and even more time in their trousers. Now, ferret legging is being protested by ferret welfare groups, but I think it could be amusing, especially if the guys wearing the trousers were also forced to wear edible underwear. It would be a ferret feast. Hey, that's all I have for you this week. Let me just say that Father's Day is coming up and is just around the corner, and what better gift to give Dad this year than a copy of the Everything Barbecue Cookbook. And I say this because I wrote it. And also this year, for the first time, this cookbook available in French. Look at that, in French. This means people over in the land of haute cuisine are making up recipes that were invented by a comedian in the U.S. I think it's a beautiful thing. Stop by DaleIrvin.com, pick up your copy. Until then, I'll see you next week.